Stereotypes of Egypt usually begin and end with stone and sand, a civilization seemingly locked in its own ancient history. Modern Cairo presses directly against the Giza Plateau, replacing the silence of the tombs with the vibrant, chaotic energy of a world-class megacity. This transcontinental power is home to nearly 120 million citizens, making it one of the most populated and influential republics on the planet. Today, Egyptians look to global icons like footballer Mohamed Salah, whose influence on the world stage mirrors the country's modern cultural reach. To handle this explosive growth, the government is building a massive, high-tech administrative capital from scratch in the middle of the desert. A 5,000-year legacy is a heavy burden to carry while racing to construct the infrastructure of a global logistics hub. This satellite view reveals the republic's extreme spatial constraint. 95% of the population lives on 5% of the land. Civilization here is a narrow ribbon of green. Without the Nile River's life support, this hyper-arid landscape would be uninhabitable. Survival on this thin line forced early Egyptians to become master observers of nature. They developed the 365-day calendar specifically to predict the river's vital flood cycles. That same environmental pressure drove massive civil engineering projects. Recent research confirms the pyramids were built not by enslaved labor, but by thousands of paid, highly skilled artisans. Today, that same geographical bottleneck is driving a new construction boom as the nation seeks more space for its citizens. At the Benban Solar Park, they are reclaiming the desert by turning the Sahara sun into a massive energy resource, powering the expanding industrial base. Egypt's geography is an unforgiving teacher. It demands constant generational innovation just to maintain the status quo. The nation's identity is a series of layers. It began as Kemet, the Black Land. The Greeks renamed it Aegyptos, and the Arab conquest brought the name Misr, meaning the fortress. This history is preserved in a demographic blend of a 90% Sunni Muslim majority living alongside a 10% Coptic Christian minority that traces its roots back to the earliest days of the faith. Egyptians are famous for a unique brand of humor used to navigate political and economic hardship, anchored by a collectivist culture that places family needs above individual choice. Their national dish, kosheri, is a direct metaphor for this mix. A bowl layered with rice, lentils, chickpeas, and macaroni, combining influences across the centuries. That energy fuels a fierce competitive spirit. In professional squash, Egyptian players are the dominant force, regularly occupying the top spots in global rankings. While ancient rulers covered themselves in gold to mimic the skin of the gods, the modern republic relies on much more practical economic lifelines. The Suez Canal is the nation's greatest geopolitical tool. This single shortcut dictates the movement of global trade between the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Egypt survives by being a bridge, connecting faiths, continents, and the world's most vital supply chains. In the 1960s, Egypt proved it could protect its past without halting its future during the massive relocation of the Abu Simbel temples. Modern engineers dismantled a mountain-sized temple block by block, hoisting the ancient stone to safety to make way for a dam that would provide electricity for millions. This is the Egyptian tradition in its purest form. If the landscape changes, the people re-engineer it. That commitment to building for the future has shifted from stone monuments to the social contract. The state is currently overhauling its infrastructure to provide universal health care for every citizen by 2032. The civilization that produced the funerary mask of Tutankhamun is the same one today operating high-speed rail lines and global trade hubs. Egypt remains a work in progress, proving that a civilization survives not by standing still in the sand, but by the constant, aggressive act of building for what comes next.